Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Most real estate agents are still living and working like it's 2012. And here's what I mean. Lead generation activities, and most importantly, paying for leads has not changed, well, I would probably say in about 15 years. See, when it comes to lead generation, you're probably still cold calling people who absolutely don't want to hear from you. But yeah, maybe there's a success rate here and there, and 0.5% of 1% you get a listing, and congratulations. But how much time, effort, and energy actually went into that? And there's quite a few agents that are knocking on doors, knocking on empty doors, or doors with Ring doorbell cameras, and becoming the latest viral video of "Don't knock on my door." And here's my favorite, the one that it pains me to see each and every time I see it. It's the agents that are writing massive checks to the tune of 30, 35, 40% of their commission to the third-party lead providers like Zillow and Realtor.com and the other platforms that are out there. So look, team, stop. Just stop. Following these antiquated, past, archaic systems are costing you not only time, but a whole bunch of money. You are literally day trading your time, your hours, for pennies on the dollar, when in reality, you should be building your own personal empire of attention. The biggest problem in our industry right now, it's not the interest rates, it's not the inventory, it's not even the mergers, the acquisitions, or the lawsuits, or all the noise that's going on in the industry. The biggest problem that you are facing in your business right now is this, point blank, not mincing words, you don't own your audience. And because of that, you're paying a 40% tax on every single closing. That's a 40% penalty on every lead you close because you fail to build your own audience. You fail to build your own brand. Look, today that's going to change. Today I'm going to show you the Hyperlocal Blueprint, the blueprint for massive real estate success in your particular area. I'm going to show you how to build a self-sustaining business, a business that generates leads for $0 per month out of pocket to you, requires 0 cold calls, and you keep every single dollar that you close without having to pay it to third-party lead vendors. This is the only way to play the real estate game in 2026 and beyond. You ready to get to work? Let's go. Point number 1, stop buying leads and start building assets. Point number 1 is you have to stop treating your marketing like it's an expense and start treating it as an investment into building future assets. Most agents look at marketing as a spend, a dollar spend. You put money out, you hope for a lead. The lead comes, you close that lead. Guess what? You're back to 0. You start at 0 all over again, having to pay again, pay to play each and every time you hope to close a deal. Not only is that expensive, team, it's not sustainable over the long term, and it's literally just being on a hamster wheel over and over and over again without seeing any real long-term sustainable growth. Now, when you create hyperlocal content, on the other hand, when you talk about the school districts within your particular area, or the best golf course communities in your particular area, or, my favorite, the good eats, the places to go, the things to do, the people to see in your local community, you're now building a digital employee, a digital tour guide that works for you within your hyperlocal area 24/7, 365. Here's the benefit, team. While your competitors are sleeping, someone else is watching your video about the best places to eat in your city, or the update on the local school district, or what's happening with local politics within your town. They're spending 10 minutes with you. That's 10 minutes of trust building that you did not have to pay a third-party portal for. And the trust, they're not just seeing your name, they're seeing your face, your voice, your knowledge, your expertise, your transparency, and your willingness to serve and to help. In their mind, you're not a salesperson. You're the expert that helped them obtain and receive the information they were looking for. And all of this has already been embedded in their minds before they even reach out to you. So here's the result. By the time they actually do call you, the sale, it's already made. You don't have to convert them. You don't have to neuro-linguistically program your desired outcome into them. None of that nonsense applies because your content has already done all the heavy lifting. You've already effectively bypassed the, getting to know you stage. And you jumped right into the stage of How quickly can we see this house? Point number 2 is what I like to call the digital mayor strategy. You need to become the digital mayor of your own town. Gary Vee always says, document, don't create. Like, you don't need a fancy movie studio. You don't need an expensive camera. You can film most everything on your phone. You just need to show up and provide context. Look, Google and AI, they can provide people all the data that they want and that they need. Those days of us data gatekeeping within the industry, those are long gone. Chances are the consumers that we speak with today are going to be so much more informed in regard to the school districts, the walk scores, the local restaurants, the turnover rate, the appreciation, the days on market, the average price of a home. They are going to already have all that data and most often have already digested it by the time they contact you. So look, to summarize, anyone can look up a Zestimate, but can AI tell you what it really feels like at 3 o'clock to face the mountains of this particular community, see the sunrise start setting over those mountains? As you're sitting there watching the kids play ball at the local Little League, and after you're done there, what it looks like and feels like to walk down to the local ice cream parlor that's been there since 1947 and give them a little bit of brief history about that. Can AI and Google give your consumers that visceral, that emotional, that experience that they're craving when looking at moving into an area? And that's why, team, that's why the next huge, massive thing in real estate, it's not AI. It's hyperlocal real estate. It's how do we as the real estate professionals answer the questions and create the experience that the MLS, that AI, that Google, and the third-party portals can't provide. Questions like, is this area good for day sleepers? Is it quiet on the weekend? What's it like at the local coffee shop? What happens in this area during high season versus low season? How does the local construction projects affect the traffic? Which of these developments have hidden Melloroos? Which of these developments are just well underrated and haven't been quite discovered, which might be an actual diamond in the rough? See, each of our local markets, we have these little nuances. Here in Lake Arrowhead, we have a boundary that determines whether a home has rights to the lake or doesn't have rights to the lake. Many folks don't know that where you live determines if you can actually use the lake or not. These are the little nuances that putting this sort of stuff to video and to educating folks now creates a persona and sets the table for you as the local expert. What are those things for your area? What does it look like? How can you dig deep? I'm talking beyond general market reports. I'm talking about contextual experience of what it is like. What does it feels like? What is the day-to-day life within your particular city? Paint that picture, make it emotional, help your clients see that, feel that, believe that, help them see themselves in that particular area living there. And you've just done something special that AI, Google, and the third-party portals just can't do. And when you're the only person talking about the specific details of a particular zip code or county or city, you stop becoming just a salesperson and you become the hyperlocal authority, the hyperlocal expert. Once you have a monopoly on this and the mind share, the information, and you have the content circulating for those that are searching for it in your particular area, you own the market. Period. And the last point, let's talk about the dollars and cents, team. Let's talk about commission. Look, we're all going to have brokerage fees to a certain extent, and that's the cost of doing business. If you own your own brokerage, congratulations. You still have the cost of doing business. You have the operational cost. But when it comes to actual closings per deal, why are we paying to play? Why are we paying 30, 35, 40% of each closing to third-party portals for that particular lead? Why are we renting the demographic in our particular area when it's ours to create? All we have to do is put forth the effort. I mean, aren't we the ones doing the work? Aren't we the ones with the clients in the car at 7 p.m. on a Saturday and missing dinner with our family? Aren't we the ones that are walking the buyers through the entire emotional process and leading them through the process of buying a home? Yeah. That's you, the real estate professional. Why are you giving away 30, 35, 40% of each deal that you close just to get that lead? The ability to generate the leads is well within your own grasp. And the hyper-local real estate model, it is an absolute nirvana of success on your own terms. No more cold calling. You don't have to beg people for business. Ad spend, you don't have to spend a dime on ads anymore. No more spray and pray. No more spending and hoping that something comes from it. And most importantly, no middle person. When you generate leads yourself, you create and you keep the whole check. Think about that math. On a $500,000 property, $500,000, a 35% referral fee, that's $5,000. $5,000 out of your pocket just for a name and phone number. Now compound that over 10 deals, that's $50,000 out of your pocket. That's a college fund. That's an investment property. That's your money. In 2026 and beyond, this is not a nice to have. This is a must have. The agents who don't build their own lead gen opportunities will be squeezed out of the business or will become employees of larger institutions. You have to choose. Do you want to be a customer of a third-party vendor and pay 40% of your commission? Or do you want to become their competitor? Do you want to dominate your local market area? Do you want to compete with them for mind share? Do you want to be spoken about in your community in the same breath as those third-party vendors? Do you want consumers to look at their portal and also look at your portal and realize that your information, your content, your videos provide something that they don't provide? A deep dive into the local experience provided from somebody who lives there, works there, and raises their children in that very community. Look, team, that's exactly what I'm doing with my team here in our local area. The writing is on the wall. It's clear as day. The return of the boutique brokerage, as well as hyper-local dominance, that's the future of real estate. There's no denying it. The writing is on the wall, and those that get ahead of it today are going to look like geniuses 3 years from now. I'm doubling down on this in my particular area. I'm going all in. And in fact, I'm a paying consumer of a training program that teaches this specific formula. Do a YouTube search. In fact, I'm going to put a link in the description to the gentleman by the name of Levi Lascsak. He's with eXp Realty currently, and he is one of the top producing agents. He started very recently within the real estate space, I believe around 2020, 2021. And in his first year, I don't know the exact numbers. I've read a couple different articles. Somewhere upwards of $30 million was closed his first year in real estate using and following this exact hyperlocal real estate system. And it's his own system. In fact, the link is in the description. I myself can only speak of it from a 30,000 foot aerial view, but the details, that's where the magic happens. That's where we learn to do the day-to-day operations, the systems, the strategies, the solutions to grow our business on a hyperlocal level. In fact, I'm about 2/3 of the way through the program. I'm starting my first videos over the next couple weeks, and I'm excited over the next 12 months to roll out and grow my hyperlocal activity. If you're interested in this, Levi Lascsak is his name. There's a link down the bottom. Take a look at his page. He actually created a page called Living in Dallas, and he did videos that are complete hyperlocal authority, what it feels like to live in the area, to work in the area. He covered certain sub-communities with the area, and through, he has built a brand and a presence that is the go-to realtor to reach out to when folks are thinking of buying or selling in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Look, I don't know about you, but the ability to generate leads on my own terms without having to spend money on ads, without door knocking, and most importantly, without giving 30 to 40% of my commission away, once this system became known to me, it was a no-brainer. I couldn't run fast enough to execute this into my business, and that's what I'm currently doing. The only thing it's going to do now is it's going to take time to develop, and once it develops, game over. I want the same for you. So take a look at his program, take a look at his systems, but at the end of the day, if you don't use his program, that's fine. But just find a system for you that works on creating a dominant hyperlocal presence, and let's stop giving our hard money away. At the end of the day, team, it's your business. So get out there, get after it, grow your business. We'll talk soon, everybody. Bye-bye.